Hi everybody and welcome back to Lost Genre Reddit Stories.
This post is from the subreddit Am I the A-hole and it's by user Mountain Ice Cream. Am I the a-hole for breaking up with my fiance over an ultimatum over my ring? For context, I, 34 female, was married before to my childhood sweetheart. We started dating at 16 and got married at 20. He passed away when we were 25 and I haven't dated anyone until 2 years ago when I met my ex-fiance, 38 male. Let's call him Matthew for the sake of the post. I told him about my late husband and made it clear for me his family were still my family and that I visit the cemetery at least twice a month to clean and stuff. He agreed, and after he proposed, he wanted to go to the cemetery with me to pay his respects. Anyway, I still wore my wedding ring until my fiance proposed, and to be honest, I wasn't ready to part with my ring, and I was talking about it with my mother-in-law, and she gave me a gold necklace and told me to put my wedding ring there, and I did. I was very happy with my new necklace, and when I got home, Matthew realized I only have his engagement ring on me and was very happy and said finally decided to get rid of the other one. I said of course not, and showed him the necklace. He just changed the subject. Fast forward 10 days ago. I was going to wash my hair, so I take off the necklace and put it on the nightstand. After I got out of the bathroom, I realized Matthew wasn't home anymore, but I thought he went on a walk or the supermarket or something. When I dried all my hair, I went to sleep. The next morning, I tried to put on my necklace back, but couldn't find it. I panicked and started crying. I made a mess everywhere trying to find it. I called Matthew and he didn't answer. I left voicemails and after 2 hours, he came home and found me crying and our apartment a mess. He asked me what happened and I told him I lost my ring. He helped me look for it and after a while, he told me we'd eventually find it and made me some tea to calm me down. Well, Matthew's mom called me last Wednesday and asked if she could come to visit. I said yes. After some small talk, she got quiet and then said, I came here to return something, but you must not tell Matthew about it. Then she took my ring out of her purse and handed it to me. I once again started sobbing, holding my ring, and she just consoled me. After I calmed down a bit, she said Matthew went to her house a couple of days ago and asked if he could keep something at her house because it was a surprise and he didn't want me to find out, and she said yes, and to put it in her drawer with her things. Later, when she went to look for her reading glasses in the drawer, she saw a little box and got curious and opened it. She said she immediately recognized my ring because it's unique and I showed her before, so she grabbed it and came to find me. She said she doesn't understand why he did that or what he wanted to do with the ring, but she knew it's not right and I'd be devastated. She asked me not to tell him she gave me my ring back and said she'd support me whatever I wanted to do. I didn't even think about it. I packed all my crap and went to my mom's house. I blocked him everywhere and I thought about leaving a note or something, but I didn't think he deserves it after what he did. I only left his ring behind and left. I've been at my mom's since she lives in another city. Matthew's been trying to contact me ever since, calling every single person he knows that has my number, including my mom. My mom and my brother are full on my side and told them they don't know about me, but my friends are pressuring me into talking to him, but none of them know what he did. I'm planning on changing my phone number or something because I can't handle it anymore. My mother-in-law told me to go stay with her for a while because my ex would most likely come look for me at my mom's or brother's. I think I'll do that because I feel so tired, but at the same time, I started questioning if I handled it the right way or if I was being immature or something. What, OP? No, you did the right thing. Break up and forget about him. He stole your ring and then pretended to help you look for it because you were devastated. He caused you pain and then lied about it. And that's not just a red flag. That's a huge red flag and yeah, breakup worthy. So no, OP, you are most definitely not the a-hole. Now, on a separate note, I'm not so sure you're done grieving your late husband. Maybe you'd like to look for some help in order to work through that. Of course, I'm not saying that you have to forget him at all. I'm just saying that maybe you need some help in order to move forward. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments section, and now let's check out the community comments. What the actual F says, not the a-hole. He's jealous of your dead husband. He's insane. Please seek therapy to find the peace you deserve. If you value your friends, tell them what he did. If they are true friends, they will immediately understand and side with you. Or is there a reason you don't want to tell your friends? And Opie responds, I didn't want to make an even bigger deal out of it because I'm tired and don't want to talk about it, and deep down I'm scared of listening to others' opinions. I love my friends, but I just didn't want to risk them saying things about my late husband or something like that. I think I'm just overthinking everything, but I don't know. Long-winded Ogre says, some people could overlook a bad decision made in a bad moment due to insecurity. I don't know if I could, but then he lied and helped you look for it. I think that's unforgivable personally. I'm not excusing the insecurity, but it's common enough that we shouldn't be surprised when some weak-ass man finds themselves jealous of a dead ex. I don't know how spineless you have to be in order to feel threatened by happy memories and grief. I don't respect it, but it's common enough that we have to accept that it happens and it's kind of normal. But lying and pretending to look and offering you empty reassurance when he literally knows you won't find it anywhere? Effing gross. Not the a-hole. Tobiels says he stole your late husband's ring knowing just how much it would hurt you. Thank spirit his mother has more sense. You've not overreacted. He's calling because he knows exactly what he's done. Major red flags here. Move on. Get therapy if it would help. Humble Meerkat says, dude, tell your friends. He doesn't deserve to get them on his side for his pressure campaign. Then I 100% agree, just stay away. What a jealous weirdo. And now you know he can just straight up lie to your face while pretending to be concerned and helping you look. Ew, that's just too gross and manipulative to come back from. And Afam Illuminator says, you have a right to miss your first husband. You have a right to cherish something from that relationship, considering it ending in a tragic way. He has a right to some normalcy in your new relationship with him. He did not have a right to take something so important from you. You, however, have not gotten over the death of your childhood sweetheart. Maybe you never will, but it is not fair to a new relationship to hold on to this memory of your first marriage with the strength that you appear to have been doing. Don't get me wrong, your fiancé or ex seems like a douchebag. He royally effed up, but I surely wouldn't want to be in his shoes, in that he fell in love with someone who is still so attached to your deceased loved one. Opie's edit, because some people are repeating the same thing. I think some of you try to relate losing a spouse and breaking up with somebody is not the same. In a sense, I don't think any widow or widower out there ever stopped loving their late spouse. Do I need therapy? Maybe, but don't we all? And for people who think I never gave Matthew his place, I'll leave this here. I talked to him and told him to talk to me if something bothers him. When we moved in together, he asked me if I could not bring all the pictures I had with my late husband, and I agreed. He asked if I could visit the cemetery less frequently, and I did. He never asked me to take off my ring, and when I showed him the ring and the little chain, he said, okay, 5-minute crafts, and said it's actually cute as a pendant. I don't know what else he wanted from me. I never dismissed or ridiculed any of his concerns or feelings. I was always willing to talk openly about anything. If he decided not to talk to me about it, there's not really anything I can do. Well, the community agrees Opie definitely needs to get away from Matthew, and maybe she does need to look into therapy. So now, let's move on to the update to see how this story ends. I wanted to clarify some things before giving the update. First, I miswrote the title the first time, but I'm pretty sure I can't change it for the update, so it stays like this. For the people saying I don't love my ex-fiancé and that I didn't get over my late husband, I don't think you people know how a dead spouse works. He's not an ex. We didn't separate. Do you get over it after a parent or another loved one passed? And those saying I wasn't ready, maybe, but things already happened and I was always honest and willing to compromise with him if he decided he wasn't okay with things he should have left or talked to me about it like adults. I, first of all, contacted all of my friends and told them what happened. They were obviously shocked and the majority of them backed off after that. I sent a text to everyone that said, I didn't want to talk about this, but since everyone needs to meddle, I'll do it. Matthew decided to steal my ring and hide it from me, and when he saw how distressed and heartbroken I was, instead of coming clean, he helped me look for it, and that told me everything I needed to know about him. I'm not looking for advice nor opinions about this. I just want my choices to be respected, and anybody who comments on it would be blocked. I also contacted Matthew's mom, and she said he already knows, so I can talk to him freely. I then made my brother contact Matthew to tell him I wanted the chain back and that I was willing to hear his side of the story just for closure because we weren't getting back together no matter what. We met on Thursday. I brought my brother with me for support. When Matthew arrived, his eyes started to well up and he wanted to hug me, but my brother told me to not even try, to just sit down. He gave me the chain and started to apologize over and tried to hold my hand over and over, so I just put my hands under the table. I asked him what exactly he wanted to do with my ring, and he said he wanted to get rid of it because I was basically still married to a dead man, but he couldn't throw it away at the end. So a friend of him suggested to make my new wedding ring out of it. He said he was going to get it melted and made a whole new ring out of it, so it was some sort of a loophole because I was only wearing our new ring but couldn't get mad because it was made out of the original. Not gonna lie, I started to tear up because the thought of him destroying my ring like that and already coming up with excuses was heartbreaking. He also said that when he saw me panicking, he wanted to tell me the truth but realized it would have been worse for him, so he pretended to help me look instead. He also admitted that he wasn't okay with me wearing the ring or basically me not pretending like I was never married before. He said he knows I told him if he wasn't okay with things to talk to me or to just break up, but he said he didn't want to lose me, so he kept quiet, expecting me to just forget about my late husband. And when I didn't, he started to resent me, even when I compromised with him. He said it wasn't enough, but he knew talking about it would have ended up in us splitting up, so he never said anything. He once again apologized and said he wanted to change and promised to communicate better, and he asked if we could get couples counseling before breaking up completely, but I declined. I told him I didn't trust him anymore and that he spent a long time lying and pretending, so I don't even know what else he was lying about. At this point, both of us were crying and he said, "So you really are going to choose the dead man over me?" I told him that not really and that this has nothing to do with my late husband, that I was breaking up because he lied, deceived, manipulated and stole from me. So this was about him and his actions, not about anything else. My brother and I left and Matthew stayed at the restaurant. He is still blocked everywhere. I decided to go to my mother-in-law's, my late husband's mom, house, and I'm currently here. My family decided to spend Christmas with her and her family, but they still have work, so I'm the only one here for now. It feels healing. She has most of my pictures with her son and now I miss him more than ever. I tried to book an appointment with a therapist, but she said the earliest appointment she has is early March, so I'm still looking for something a little more early, like January or early February. And I think that it's nothing really dramatic happened, but I feel tired, and as much as I miss Matthew, I don't think I would be able to just forgive and forget. And I feel he deserves someone with a more normal dating history, like someone who hates her ex or something. For my part, I would be single for a long time, I think. I don't think I can handle something like this again. I don't really mind being single though. I have an amazing family and great friends. Maybe marrying again is just not in the cards for me, and that's okay. That's all. I'm actually excited about Christmas again for a long time. Merry Christmas to you all. Christmas hearts. Well, OP, you did the right thing and you're absolutely right. He can lie about one thing, he can lie about everything. So good for you, OP, for getting out of that toxic relationship and hopefully you can get the help that you need. Take care, OP, and thanks for sharing. And now let's move on to the next post that also has an update. This post is from the subreddit Am I the A-hole and it's by user Depressed Lucid. Am I the a-hole for running out of my birthday party after my brother blew my candles out on my cake? My brother is 10 and I just turned 18 today. My mom loves throwing parties and events, so she wanted to go big for my 18th. My friends and family were there and it was so much fun until we got to the cake. My brother always gets his way no matter what by throwing tantrums, and my mom has tried disciplining him, but it never works. Anyways, earlier, while we were doing the cake, my mom lit the candles and that's when everything went downhill. My brother kept trying to blow the candles out and was successful the first time. We lit the candles again and my mom told him to wait and she will relight them so he can have a chance to do it after me since he just likes blowing out candles. He obviously threw a fit at this and I could tell he wasn't going to wait. So I tried moving the cake towards me more and shielded the candles with my hands so he couldn't blow them out before me. Well, I managed to blow them out, but it ended up in him getting more upset, screaming and crying, and it led him to grabbing a fistful of cake and smashing it in my face. Everyone gasped, and my mom was upset at him and scolded him. But the moment I called him a brat, my mom told me to apologize because I was being rude to him. I could feel tears coming, so I ran out of the room and went outside to get some air, then just chose to go on a walk around the block. And when I came back, the energy shifted and my friends wanted to leave, but not any family. My brother was still in tears when I came back, but playing on his tablet that my mom gave him to calm down while sitting at the dinner table. I took it away from him and put it where he couldn't get it on top of the fridge. My mom called me a brat and said I wasn't helping and that me running out made her look like a bad mom and basically overall just scolded me. Sorry if this was a bit long and it's probably dumb of me to come here and ask, but am I the a-hole? Should I apologize? I do feel kind of bad about running out and calling my brother a brat, but am I in the wrong? Well, in my opinion, no, I don't think you're wrong and I don't think you're the a-hole. It was your birthday, and apparently your mom decided she doesn't want to parent your brother. Tolerance to frustration is a very important thing to learn when you're a child. It's one of the first lessons you actually should learn so you don't turn into a brat. And your mom handing him a tablet to soothe him is basically the same as saying, I don't have the time to teach this boy, so I'm just gonna give him a tablet so he doesn't bug me. So no, Obi, I don't think you're the a-hole. I think your mom is the big a-hole here because your brother is the result of her parenting. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments section, and now let's check out the community comments. Pinebox Waiting says, not the a-hole. Your brother's a brat. Your mom needs to manage his behavior. No one thinks what he did is cute. FYI, I had a 10-year-old sister when I was 18. She would not have done any of this. This week in the Regency says, quote, me running out made her look like a bad mom, end quote. Because she is a bad mother. Even if your brother needs some professional help, she is not helping him by excusing his behavior and making you the bad guy, not the a-hole. And TopBit85 says, your mom scolded you for making her look like a bad mom? I have news for you. Your mom is a terrible mom. She's embarrassed because her son is an out-of-control brat and everybody at that party knew it. It's her job to discipline him, and if it isn't working, it's because she is doing it poorly. Well, the community agrees OP is not the a-hole and that the mom is doing a very poor job at parenting that boy. So now, let's move on to the update to see how this story ends. Thank you to those who gave their input. It was very appreciated. And to those who told me that I am an adult now, so I need to parent my brother, don't seem to understand that I shouldn't have to. Our dad has never been in our lives, so we only have our mom. And a lot of you were right. My mom only gave him his tablet or her phone to distract him, so she didn't have to parent him. Also, yes, my mom has gotten my brother tested for ADHD and autism a year or two ago, and he has neither. He's unfortunately just like that. I did what a lot of you suggested and showed my mom this post. She was not happy. We got into a bit of a fight, but I left before it escalated. I called my aunt, her sister, and I'm staying with her and my cousins now. My aunt told me basically what you all were saying and apologized to me on their behalf, so I'll take what I can get, I guess. She said that I didn't have to go back unless I wanted to grab my things and take him to hers to live with her. For context, my mom and her relationship with her sister, she doesn't really like her because of stuff that happened when they were growing up. So yeah, I'm going to live with her I think, or at least stay with her and my cousins for a bit until I can figure out what I'm doing. I haven't talked to my mom all day today aside from earlier when I showed her this, and I haven't seen or talked to my little brother today. Also, my aunt told me this weekend she will plan a new party for me at my favorite restaurant. This time with only my friends, her and my uncle and my cousins. My mom is not allowed and neither is my brother or any other family, which I'm okay with. She said she bought me more gifts and is excited for me to open them at my party. Well, Opie, I think you've done the right thing. You showed your mom what you needed to show, and you removed yourself from the situation. It's good that you have your aunt there to have your back. Hopefully your new birthday celebration is fantastic. Take care, Opie, and thanks for sharing. And now let's finish this video with a mood booster post. This post is from the subreddit Petty Revenge, and it's by user Fantastic. Neighbor blew all his snow onto the road. In my city, there are local laws that prohibit homeowners from clearing their snow onto the roads and sidewalks. The general rule is to put the snow from your driveway on your lawn, not to dump it on the street. The snow plows had already gone by earlier in the day, meaning that was it for municipal snow clearing until it snowed again. On my street, if the snow isn't cleared, it causes flooding issues as it blocks drainage to the sewer bases. I'm in Ontario and we can get quite a bit of snow. I've witnessed this particular person being lazy and blowing snow onto the road before. It pissed me off, but it was a small amount. I hoped it was a one-time thing. Last night, we received a decent amount of snow, about 10 centimeters. When I came home from Christmas Eve dinner, I saw that the same neighbor had put all his snow onto the road. I parked my vehicle, opened my garage, and fired up my snowblower. I then proceeded to blow all the snow back onto his driveway. I hope he wakes up tomorrow and wonders why all his lazy, half-assed snow blowing is now back on his driveway. Well, OP, it's not called petty revenge for nothing, and that's exactly what this was. Good for you. Thanks so much for sharing. And that's it